When we're thinking about team working and leadership, your job as a leader is not to do. Rather, it is to help your team to do. The word facilitate means to make easy, and facilitating your team is to make it easy for them to do their work. In this video, I want to talk about the 10 principal things that you need to facilitate to make team working effective. Facilitating team working means making it easy for your team to do 10 things. Let's have a look at them. The first of them is for your team to do their work. And this is such an important one that I've already made 2 videos about this. If you look back at the last 2 videos, you'll find that the first of them was about providing your team with the things they need to do their job, to work together and to be effective. And the second was about protecting them from the things that will get in their way of doing their job. The second thing that will make it easy for your team to get their work done is to understand the work, and there are 2 components to this. The first is to understand the context within which their work sits, the organisational structure, the organisational priorities, the history, the background to why the team has been drawn together and what it's been tasked to do. But secondly is the organisational politics around this. Now, hopefully part of your job as protector of the team is to defend them from a lot of the interference and the inquiries and the demands upon the team that organisational politics can throw up. But often your team will need to engage with the organisation in a political sense in order to succeed and get its job done. And so you need to help them to understand the organisational politics and how to navigate the byways. For more junior members of the team, you also need to help them to understand how politics works in general within organisations so that they can become effective political operators. Thirdly, you need to help your team members to connect with colleagues. This is about making the introductions that will make them effective team members. Good team working requires a strong sense of identity with the team, but also knowing your colleagues within the team. So at the early stages of team development, you need to help the team to make those connections by introducing people to one another and making sure that everyone in the team knows about their colleagues and their capabilities and their skills and their enthusiasms and their aspirations. But beyond this, you also need to help your team to make connections outside of the team to expand their network. Your team will be more effective if the individuals within the team can expand their networks and make those networks available to the team. The fourth thing to facilitate is helping your team to come up with ideas. This is about facilitating the process of discussion, making sure that everybody who has an idea is able to put their idea to the team and making sure that everyone within the team is listening to those ideas. Everyone needs to get heard. And a good conversation among a largish group of people requires facilitation. And what follows from this is number 5, helping your team to consider and work through the ideas that they generate. In facilitating this, you need to ensure that that process has a rigor to it to make sure that ideas are explored fully and that both the pros and the cons of the ideas are discussed. And it also means ensuring that people who have knowledge or insights into those ideas can be heard before the idea is evaluated. You need to keep your team focused on what it's trying to do, ensure that the discussion is rigorous, and make sure that the team examines each idea from every possible angle. The next thing that will make it easy for your team to succeed is when they have confidence in their ideas. You need to recognize when good ideas emerge, and you need to encourage those ideas and you need to promote them. once the team has made a decision, you need to be a positive advocate for that decision to make it feel good about that decision. And that's not saying that if new evidence comes to light, brush it under the carpet and ignore it. But whilst the decision is the best decision the team has available to it, you need to remain optimistic about making it work. And of course, that brings us to number 7, which is facilitating the process of making decisions. Making decisions is difficult. Making good decisions is even harder. A good decision requires the right people to be present, the right information to be considered, and a strong process. Your facilitation needs to ensure that the idea is fully discussed before the decision is made. The best ideas need to be selected with clear reasons for them. Before a decision is made, the team needs to examine the potential costs of making that decision and the risks that are present. But it does need to make the decision. And that's the bit where you definitely need to step in and decide what the correct decision-making process is. Sometimes it will be down to you as team leader to take that decision. At other times, you need to decide the best way for the team to make the decision. Is it about a consensus? Is it about a majority? Next, you need to make it easy for your team to access support. You need to be available and there to guide them, to support them, to coach them, to mentor them, and to provide them with a listening ear when all they need to do is to get something off their chest. The 9th thing is to help them to evaluate and improve their own performance. And this means being prepared to give them good quality feedback and coaching support that will help them to identify their strengths and where they can improve on those strengths, and where their performance is not at the level that they or you would want, to help them figure out what changes they can make that will move them in the right direction. And sometimes people just need to be heard. They want someone with whom they can test their ideas, or maybe they just need you to be there so they can vent their anger, their misery, their frustration, or their fears. Good teamwork doesn't happen by accident, and it needs someone to facilitate the process. It needs someone to make things easy. This is not about controlling the team, telling it what to do, or guiding it or pushing it in a direction. It is about making the day-to-day life of teamworking easy. And for me, there are 10 principal things you can be doing, and if you do those, then your team will work together well and get the job done. Please do give us a thumbs up if you like this video. There'll be loads more great management courses content to come, so please do subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of it. I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video, and in the meantime, keep learning.